Well, a new witness is expected on the stand today as the Madlanga Commission is set to resume hearings. The Commission has not divulged the name of the witness in line with its recent practice as a result of security concerns. Sakina is there, so let's get an update. I don't suppose we can even speculate who that next person is on the hot seat. But again, I mean, every single person that's seated there has really come out with some astonishing stories there, Sakina.
Indeed, they have, Leanne, and welcome back to the Bridget Mabandla Justice College. And as usual, after 7, I'm joined by Kenny Mapanga. And Kenny, as has become customary now at the Commission, especially since the start of this year, the name of the witness will be appearing, unless, of course, they've already appeared the day before. We don't know until just right before the Commission starts.
Indeed. Good morning to you, Sakina, and to the viewers. We are expecting that because of the events of last week with the witness that is known but can't be named having to be rescheduled to Tuesday, we expect that a different witness should be placed before the Commission today, and then that witness that is the subject of the applications on Friday will join the Commission on Tuesday. And as usual, due to those security concerns, we're told by the Commission, those names are not known at this stage, and we'll only find out at 9:30 when that said person takes the stand.
Quite interesting, because the name was mentioned on Friday, whether inadvertently or otherwise, it was mentioned. There was also a description of the activity that this person had allegedly participated in, which is, again, another way of identifying them. His attorney, Hartley Ngwato, went on to speak about how his client has already been implicated and who has been mentioned in that list of 5 SAPS members by the presidency, who have prima facie evidence for investigations to continue against them. So it seems a bit weird that, you know, by all indications, it is clear to deduce who the witness is, even though he has been named as well, and then we're told we're not allowed to name him.
You're absolutely right. I'm not sure what the grounds were that were advanced for his name and his face not to be used, because that happened behind closed doors. But you're absolutely right. As soon as you mention that CCTV footage, which Crime Intelligence Boss Lieutenant General Dumsani Khumalo placed before the Commission, it's really not something you can forget. It's quite a distinct feature of his evidence when he spoke about that CCTV footage at the residence of Katiso Katie Molefe, the alleged cartel member. We saw the bag. We saw him getting questioned about what could be the possible contents of that bag. That is just footage you can't forget. And I think as soon as you traverse that, I guess, part of the evidence, it's going to become quite clear to the public who you're referring to in this regard. And that person is also named in the interim report as one of those 5 high-ranking officials that need to, or rather have been referred for further investigation. So it's not clear as to what informed the decision not to name him or show his face. Perhaps it could be argued that we actually don't really know what he looks like in quite detail. We know what that footage looks like, but I don't think I could pick him out in a room, if that were the case, if you could put it that way. But I think there are distinct features about the intelligence evidence that as soon as they traverse it tomorrow, it's going to be quite clear who is being discussed here. And of course, as you've mentioned, the lawyer gave some clues on
Not
Friday.
A clue. The name was mentioned.
Yes, indeed. That is the evidence leader. And then his own lawyer gave very clear clues about who he was. So it's quite difficult to understand what the ruling was. But of course, the chairperson has made it. And he can't be named. But I don't know how much of an effect that is going to have. Because as soon as you mention the evidence tomorrow and you start traversing through it and questioning him on those aspects, it'll become clear who is being spoken about in that particular
And just very briefly, with regard to Major General Sinona and what was happening on the weekend. So quite a bit being said, a bit of confusion in all of that. So what happened on the weekend?
It seems to definitely be an internal SAPS issue within that KZN office. It seems that he did go to that particular office on a weekend, and I guess the SAPS in that particular office found the conduct suspicious, because we are told that he allegedly didn't want to sign into the register before going in, and that is when he was stopped and removed from that particular office. It seems that he understood it as an instruction coming from the KZN Provincial Commissioner. Then we started hearing about how he fears for his life, how he left the KZN province. But I think this is just part of the different dynamics, if I could put it that way, within that KZN office. And of course, we know Kwanazi is the main complainant. And there was a meeting that took place between Sononam Kwanazi and the alleged cartel member Vusimuzi Kat Matlala, in which he tried to get information. And there are quite distinct dynamics between the pair, which may have informed the events that played out over the weekend. But as things stand, he's not suspended. He remains an employee. He is on that list of referrals, and he does have that pending DC process that is currently taking place. However, should he choose to go to the office, he can do so, and I think he has been instructed to go get his keys. But it seems that on Saturday, they were stating that there was some suspicious activity. That's how they described it. And that is what informed the actions that took place in him being removed from that office.
Well, Leanne, we'll leave it there for now. And of course, we will have an analyst, Professor Akubu, in fact, will be joining us at 7:40 just to unpack more of what we've heard here at the Madlanga Commission last week. For now, it's back to you in studio.
All right. Thanks so much, Kani and Sakina, giving us some updates there from the Madlanga Commission.